Ryan Katie here with Vision. Let's consciously look at the relationship between boxers and briefs, ego and spirit. Both to reference here on the consumer experience side of transformational media and the awakening of consciousness, as well as ego and spirit in entertainment media production. So a lot of media production is often centered around quite often the egocentric director or producer. But what is the relationship that media producer has with his higher source? How much flow is coming from spirit, from source, from God working with and through, versus the ego? So, it's just something to look at, the balance in the awakening of consciousness. A lot has gotten done by powerful egos, but ego, we can reference Eckhart Tolle, there's a functional place, but the ego can hold back experience. The ego can create separation. It can get a lot of things done. But as we evolve as producers ourselves, as creative professionals, as performers, as artists, we can tap more into that universal flow from source, with and through our heart and soul, to be that, to express that, to create it from that experience, from that connection. So as we evolve consciously, spiritually ourselves, to be connected to a higher power, it gives us unlimited power beyond the ego, especially in the awakening of consciousness. People are going to resonate more with heart and soul, spiritual awakening, freedom, liberating values, less so with the ego differentiation. We can see like different markets and demographics, maybe more or less evolved, and to look at that too. We're really looking at the cutting edge and being that change, awakening the world with media. So when we look at the consumer side, as consciousness inevitably awakens, and it is in different markets at different rates, people will be less attached to their ego and their personal preferences and connecting more with spirit or what source is for them, even beyond religion, beyond the even limitations of spirituality. Now this gets into a more advanced discussion, very experienced and connected in spiritual circles and my own evolution and so forth. And my protege, Etienne Charland, he's challenging everything, where spirituality has its own values and belief systems and so forth. Anyways, it goes deeper. But if we just valued higher experience and freedom and feeling good consciously beyond the personal self and into a more spiritual metaphysical experience like a star ourself, well, that's what's gonna be happening more often, is people are connecting on their media players to the experience that a star would actually have with theirs. That's what's gonna happen more and more, and not just their personal self and having a quick divertive escape to non-consciously feel good. They're actually going to start accepting that power about themselves. So it brings up entire new dynamics to look at all of this. The awakening of consciousness, the type of relationship consumers have with spirit, God, source, the universe, whatever it is for them. And when they start making that connection with media, when they become more accepting beyond the borders of demographics and genres and start opening up to international experience and resonance, that it doesn't matter where it's from, as long as it feels good and awakens their heart and soul, as they take on a new value system, detaching more from their egocentric experience and starting to be in the experience of their universal emotional, sexual, spiritual, soulful consciousness in the unlimited worlds to explore and awaken and experience and be connected with. All kinds of things to chew on here. Okay, that's enough for now. Good boy, down boy.